It is finally that time again. It is Monday nights.
Yes,
You are
sir.
here. Woo! Another beautiful week. We are at the start, and you are starting it right here on Last Take, a Shot in the Dark. I am your host, Mr. Kevlar, treat him swell. Join with me as always, Mr. Skip from Skip Trophies and more. And the man with the plan, Mr. Diamond Dirty D. Fellas, what up, though? What it is, what it ain't, where we at, where we going?
Man, did y'all see this weekend's NCAA women's basketball? If that ain't one of our topics, we're gonna make it one because ooh wee. Other than that, man, everything is great, man. Just being Skip and living and helping folks, and just being Skip, man.
Being Skip, damn, we gonna start a hashtag for you, Skip. Being Skip.
No, just Skip. I'm just Skip. My favorite saying is, man, I'm just Skip. That's
There
it.
you go. There you go. Dirty D, man, what's going on?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I have gotten hooked on something. My cousin had me hooked on something. Hooked on.
He said he hooked on something. I just wanted to make it. I was gonna do an intervention real quick. D off what he hooked on.
I done got hooked on this ID channel, man. I watched the Murder Tapes series. ID channel, the ID channel.
Okay.
And Murder Tapes, man. It's interesting. We got the first 48 or whatever, but this one is Murder Tapes, Skip, and they are actually, how the first 48 they go in and try to reenact and do all what they do.
Right.
This is actual body cam footage on the scene right when the stuff happens, and they go from there. You'll be hooked.
Oh man.
Okay. And I'm talking about you will be hooked because they show us Murder Tapes.
Okay, cool. Write that down. I got to do that.
You could. I'm on season 1. I am 4 episodes in.
And it's on the ID channel.
ID channel, yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look. Check that out.
We'll have to know that.
Yes.
All right. Now, first off, Kent, Dante, what's going on, people? Appreciate y'all checking in, man. Checking in.
Well, Skip, you already alluded to it. Yes, we're gonna jump right in there. Man, it was. I didn't know we had that going. Felt like I was walking through the Royal Palace. Yeah, man, we had some crazy things going on in the women's Final Four championship round, man. The Final Four and the championship round. But we're gonna start off with those Friday night matchups real quick.
Yes.
Man. Iowa. Oh, they beat my Lady Cocks, man. South Carolina loses first time in over a year. 77-33, 36-1. Shout out to Aunt Staley. And then LSU coming in, man. They beat Virginia Tech 79-72. So, fellas, what do y'all think about both of those games?
All right.
We'll start with one. Matter of fact, start off with the South Carolina and Iowa game, and then we'll move on.
All right. First thing about the South Carolina game. South Carolina had no business even letting the game be that close.
Mm-hmm.
They are the best team on the planet for a reason. But what happened was, what's my favorite thing, D? Coaching.
Yes.
Kim Mulkey figured out that South Carolina can't shoot threes. So she packed the lane with the zone to stop their prolific two big women down low. You saw at one time where the girl had the ball at the top of the key. She hadn't even taken the dribble, and the girl looked at her and waved at her like this, like, shoot it if you go shoot it. But you're not going to pass it ahead to the big man who we can't stop if we don't double. And it worked to a T. They had to make them take threes in the second half. Mm-hmm. They made 3 of them, and then they stopped shooting them. Like, these people get them, and then if you don't know what a boxing one is, Don Staley, all-world point guard, probably one of the best female point guards ever. If you don't know what a boxing one is, You deserve to lose that game. There's no way that girl should have been driving to the hole left-handed, right-handed, uncontested. You have a 6'7" and a 6'3" big woman down low, and they cleared it out, and none of the layups were contested. So the girl is a beast. Not taking that from her. She's a beast. But I bet you she would have had some scratch marks, some bruises, or some, that one woman wouldn't have beat me. Not that I'm the best team on the planet. Because she got hot, she wasn't missing, and you didn't adjust. Poor coach.
Can't just said it. Mm-hmm.
Poor coach. So yeah, that's what I got on that one. LSU is well, we'll do one at a time. Go, D.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta agree with Skip with the coach. And me and Vince Bo Parker, we watched this game at the same time. And Bo called me and he said the young lady from Iowa is daring him to shoot. So I turned on the game. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. She's damn near 10 feet away from her. And you not shooting the ball? So again, that lets me know Iowa's coach, they seen something in the layup and made sure. I say, you know what, we're not confident. If they're gonna beat us, they're gonna beat us by the 3. Now, of course, with the height and the length of South Carolina, they out rebound them, so they got second chances, because if they didn't, this game really would have got out of hand. And just like Skip said, a boxing one. Even if you didn't run a boxing one, you could have ran 2-3, because she was getting in the lane with no problem. You could have ran a 1-3-1. You could have ran any other zone defense, and they wasn't stopping the ball. And that girl, I mean, if you stop the ball, and I was here when I was having a conversation, they playing defensively, like, let her score, don't let everybody else get the garbage points or whatever. You just don't let nobody score. You got to make it difficult for them, even if they are elite scorers. You know what I'm saying? We've seen all the best play this woman's basketball and see what they can do and see whatever. They had already done Stephen Curry, the woman version of Stephen Curry in college basketball. Caitlin. Outstanding player of the year, so forth. And I mean Stephen Curry of when he played at Dayton or when he played in college rather or whatever. But again, this is what they had done to her already. And I'm sitting there like, y'all ain't gonna make no adjustments. Even when South Carolina was coming down the court, I seen no motion. I seen them just standing around trying to force the ball in the paint and so forth and so on. And then it comes down to 2. I would hit all their free throws, Skip. They might have been 13 from 13. At the time of when the game was at the height of the moment, South Carolina go to the line. I see they were 8 for 12. That comes back to haunt you when it comes down to the lower parts of the game and so forth, when they're giving you points. You see what I'm saying? Now, also, I want to say there was some bad referee play in that game also on both sides.
But see that way, when it's like that, both ways, it don't really matter.
But at the same time, coaching. I don't see Dawn State. I've seen her sitting down a lot. Just not standing up. I would have had to change something, or even my guards coming down the court. If they gonna give you that shot, shoot it.
You got big men down low. They posting, so they got the inside position. Shoot the shot. They will
shoot it. She was back, and at one time we seen she bagged up away from the free throw line. They were just clogging the paint. So you mean tell me you can't come up to the top of the key and knock that jumper down?
No.
I mean, I was surprised.
This is based around feeding it down low, like if Shaq was down there, give it to Shaq and let him work. The one girl, 6'7", she didn't jump. She was getting the ball like this and turning around and getting a free throw, a layup. So they just packed it in on her, fronted her, and you still trying to get her the ball. That right there exposed Dawn Staley. That exposed her as a coach.
And the game, as we always say, when you look at the stat line, the game was lost in the third quarter because Iowa won the third quarter. Iowa won the first quarter. What I'm looking at, we got 22-13 in the first, 16-24 in the second. Iowa got 21-18 in the third, and they had 18-18 in the fourth quarter. You see how they goes, like we always say, that's in football. In football, whatever. The game is won when the adjustments are made after halftime.
Now, let me ask y'all this, because I did see a comment Don Staley had made prior to the game, addressing a comment that I believe it was the Iowa coach had made, um, saying that basically when you were in the paint going for those rebounds, it was like a street fight. It was either, she said, street fight or bar fight.
No, that was UConn's coach back when they were finna get ready to play. UConn's coach made the comment during the season. He made the comment when they played against South Carolina, it's like playing bully ball because they were real physical. And Don Staley took offense to it before we got to the comments after the game. It was during the season, and then after the game, they act like she was on her soapbox and she was complaining on sour grapes that she lost. But we gonna get into that.
Well, there was
Skip.
also another reporter, or a reporter who was overheard at a restaurant or a bar, talking about basically calling the South Carolina Gamecocks a bunch of thugs.
See, that's
And
why I
that
say
was
I'm.
You know they're
another
gonna do
thing
that
that
because it's
she.
all black. You know that right there, that ties into the racist aspect of it. You think about it. I was all white. South Carolina was all black. So it was the good against the bad. The Davis against the Goliaths, pretty much. So when what's called did this, and then the black girl did to her, she was classless, but she wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So it's always the black and white, the salt and pepper thing. So when they after the fact, I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm glad that somebody was able to give her that same medicine back, regardless of how you did it. She got the same medicine, and the girl didn't backpedal in the press conference. Kudos to her. I know y'all call me diss and ghetto and everything else throughout the season. So
Well,
this for everybody.
and just like Skip said before, we hadn't got to this subject yet, but at the same time, since we're on it, the young lady told her from the jump, "You're not going to do that to me," before the game even started. But you got to see some of this stuff had been going on throughout the whole year. This ain't just started in a tournament. You know what I'm saying? With Caitlin doing what she was doing, some of her gestures. But like you saying, by calling them they names and so forth and so on.
Classless and
When you when
unsportsmanlike and
this goes back to Skip's team, Skip's team university when Miami, the Hurricanes went up and played against Notre Dame, and it was the convicts versus the Catholics.
yes, sir.
This how some of this started. You
1985.
the running ribs of UNLV with all those guys coming to whooping Duke's ass at the time when they beat Duke and so forth and so on. The Fab Five playing against North Carolina and so forth. It was always something when Jalen Rose made a comment in college that Grant Hill was what I'm saying, had a silver spoon in his mouth. It's always been some type of black and white or, some type of good versus evil type demeanor when it comes to sports. It's always been like that. And like Skip said, David and Goliath. They always want to see David knock off Goliath, but sometimes Goliath stumps a mud hole in your ass.
That's it. And the one big thing about coaching is if you can't adjust or make adjustments on the fly, then you're not a good coach. Dawn Staley is a hell of a player. Can't take nothing from her resume. But she's had studs, dogs, ever since they started on this win streak. All she had is dogs. One thing she didn't have was some prolific shooters. Because if she had shooters, the game would have been a blowout by halftime. Because they dared them to shoot the fucking ball. And they wouldn't shoot it because they can't shoot. So kudos to Kim Mulkey for figuring that out and daring them to shoot the three. And even when they did, old girl went down there and shot a three back in their fucking face. I'd have did what the Arkansas called it, the 32 feet of hell. What was
So
it?
40 minutes of hell.
From the time you inbounded to the time you shoot it, I'm on your ass.
But
Yeah,
see,
you're tired.
then just like you said, Skip, even with that, they tried to check on inbound, and she was just running bound. And I'm sitting up here like I seen her multiple times get past that first wave of defenders, and you got the big girl standing down low, the center, and she got her back turned. She didn't lay the ball up. I'm like, you get your footwork together and face up. You can stop some of that stuff. There's no way she would have it would have been real physical because she would have knew not to come back up in there.
I'd have gave her fouls so hard they thought we was fighting.
Well, there was one moment Aaliyah Boston. She was sitting there holding the ball, and that Caitlin Clark girl came up and tried to grab it. She was throwing bows, just
And she
fucking
got the fuck
rattling.
off her too.
And
She
because
got
I
the
know she
fuck
got
off.
back up holding the back of her head, man. She got knocked.
And they gonna look at them like, you didn't see that? Well, you stuck your hand in the lines then. I tell you.
Well, hey, for everybody in the chat, before we keep going, man, I got this little thing rolling at the bottom for you. If you want to join the chat, man, if you want to get in on the conversation, give us your take, go ahead and hit the. I think the chat link the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and then we got the phone number on here, so you can call in, talk some sports, talk some shit. We are always welcoming. Skip, give me your take on this LSU and Virginia Tech game, man. 79-72. LSU ranked number 3, knocks off the other number 1, Virginia Tech.
Well, see, everybody was so focused on Carolina, South Carolina, myself included. And then the girl from Iowa started making such a fuss because she is great and she started showing it that everybody overlooked the other two teams. LSU is in the SEC, which makes them automatically a tough out anyway, because they battle in their conference more so than they do outside the conference. And LSU got some dogs over there that are well coached. And a little nugget, if y'all ever watched the X Factor or not American Idol, but those type shows,
America's Got
the girl
Talent and stuff
Flau'jae
like that.
Johnson, she's from Savannah, Georgia, and she's a rapper. She actually appeared on one of those shows and got some far deep into the shows, and she's now signed to Jay-Z. Has been signed to him for like 3 years now. I think she did this when she was 14. So she's been on 2 of these America's Got Talent type shows and won and went a little distance in them. And when they said Flau'jae Johnson, I'm like, okay, I don't know that name. They were like, you know her, that's the girl from the TV show. She's a monster. Yes, she was in the rap game, and then she was also on another one. Yes, she was in Jermaine Dupri's The Rap Game first. Then she went to America's Got Talent on one of those other shows also. But either she's a beast. A freshman, she came in as a freshman starting. I think she's averaging like 12 points a game. But that's what LSU brought to the table. They're even keel across the board as far as the players go, and they also got their big dog, Reese or whatever her name was. But yeah, they got, if one person don't do it, the other one step up. South Carolina couldn't do that because they never had to. You know, they couldn't play inside outside ball. It was always inside ball. So they got exposed, and LSU just creeped on in and did their thing, and I guess they made what you know what the girl from Iowa still had almost 40 points, didn't she?
She scored 41. She scored 41. She scored 41 in
No, I'm talking about in the championship game.
Oh, I ain't even got the
I think it was
championship.
36.
I think she's going 36 in the championship.
Right.
But
So yeah, they made it their mission to not miss easy buckets, number one, to not let them get easy buckets and do whatever they could to stop this girl. Plus, LSU was shooting that goddamn 3. One girl was like 7 for 7 at halftime, 5 for 5 from behind the arc. So they was balling. They and like Mr. says, the girl from LSU has more NIL deals in college basketball than anybody else. I think she has like 17. But now she's not making the most money, but she has more NIL deals, individual NIL deals. Y'all can hear me?
I hear TV.
go ahead, keep going.
Oh, but yeah, they're getting their money, man, and I think I don't think it's affecting the landscape. Before we go into that, I don't think it's affecting the landscape, but it's.
She went to McKeecher.
Who?
The young lady you talking about? The young
Flau'jae
lady you talking about?
Johnson?
Yeah, she went to McKeecher. The one that was checking. The one that was checking Caitlin in the
Oh yeah, that girl. Yeah, I'm talking about Flau'jae Johnson, number 4.
Yeah.
She's from Savannah. But back to what I was saying, man. The NIL deals. I'm glad these kids are getting their money and still playing basketball. They're not focusing on making them. I guess they understand that in order to keep this money, you got to stay on the basketball team and get your grades. So it's working out as far as I'm concerned when it goes to that. Go D.
When we was talking about the Virginia Tech game, this is another reason why, like Skip was saying, LSU went on a 15-0 run to win that game against Virginia Tech. And everybody don't know Virginia Tech was a ranked number one team going into the in their bracket. They was ranked number one also. So usually you can kind of pick a little bit the team that has the more momentum when they come out of some of these tournament games and so forth. So LSU was battle tested. To me, they seem like the complete team. Even if we would have got an LSU South Carolina matchup, it still could have been LSU with some of the talent that they have around
South
them.
Carolina beat them by 20 in the regular season.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is a different when you got to face somebody 3 and 4 times in a season. You never know what might happen. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have blown their whole load just trying to beat one player. Now you got to come up against them and you gas. You see what I'm saying? But we didn't get that. But at the same time, even in the championship game, they stick to a plan. They stayed with it and they came out on top. Because once again, they wasn't going to allow one player to beat them. If she got good, she was going to work for it. You see what I'm saying? And again, as we get into this, now after the so-called darling that everybody wants to win loses, after you entertained? You running up here doing all these different things. You can't see me. She got into it with the Louisville player earlier, doing the same antics. She got a tick in this game because of some of the stuff she had going on. And then when you get mad because the game is over with, now they're giving you back what you've been given. You know what I'm saying? You can't get upset. And I ain't gonna say she said anything, but how the
No, everybody else.
everybody else. Y'all must this lets me know y'all must not be paying attention to what's going on.
No, they are. They are.
But it's okay. But
When
it's
she do.
okay if you do it.
Well, hang on, D. Hang on, D. We still talking about the Virginia Tech game. You going into our next subject here. God.
Well, Virginia Tech got put out. We're in the championship now. I mean,
You say he done transition, goddammit.
Look, we got a fucking I forget what it's called agenda here. Damn it. Hey, before we move into that championship game, let's take a minute to hear from KJ's Mobile Auto Detail.
This episode of Last Take is brought to you by KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing LLC. Hit up KJ anytime. He has same-day appointments available, y'all. Y'all got to hit him up. Same-day rain guarantee. Memberships available. Disinfectant, sanitization services, wash, wax, carpet shampoo, claying, steam cleaning as well. Hit him up at 470-214-1423.
Damn, can't nobody follow a fucking schedule around here. This is what D was alluding to, ladies and gentlemen. The John Cena, you can't see me. So D, go ahead. I believe it was Caitlin who did it first.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, she had been doing it. That's like one of her monikers of what she was doing. Even let's go back in the game in South Carolina. She waved off and told the girl shoot. You know what I'm saying? You turned your back to her. Not only that, you told one girl, we about 15. I ain't still what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just trash talking. That's what you do on the basketball court. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You got some of these players that we've seen, males, females, whatever. They moniker what they like. You know what I'm saying? We take a lot of stuff. We do take a lot of stuff from wrestling. That's where she got it from. You know what I'm saying? They take some of these antics that go on in wrestling, they bring it into the sports. We see it in the dances, we see it in a lot of the gestures, and then it comes off disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? But when somebody else gives it back to you, you can't get upset. Somebody steal your dance and do your dance when they score a touchdown. Somebody shoot a three, and they put the you too little down on the floor or whatever, you too small. All this is fair game. Don't get this twisted, but it's the way they got beat and what the other players look like is where the problem come in. We beat your Cinderella's ass.
Yeah, now Angel Reese has been everywhere today.
Yeah. She should be. She's fighting for the big guys. Because, the little guys are the ones that got away with it. Then when the big guys did it, you want to throw salt at them. So, yeah, she's fighting for the big guys. There you go. And deservedly so, man. She has, like I said, 16 or 17 NIL deals. So you think about the views and vision that all of those deals she's got is getting now. Because she's in the spotlight, so to speak. So yeah, she earning her money. And like she said, all right, goddamn. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well,
I mean, we, at the same time, we use, in certain sports, ain't no too much talking. I'm gonna hey, look at the scoreboard. We got to talk about it. Look at the scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? They call that taunting. What I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do all that talking. You hit them in the mouth, and they don't know what's going on. Then I just tell them, hey, man, look at the scoreboard.
I love to talk though, boy. I'll be creating some shit to say. I'll make you want to fight.
But with this situation, as we see cross sports, we seen Tom Brady throw a tantrum tantrum on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
We seen Peyton Manning cussing out folks on the sideline. We're seeing a lot of stuff go on with certain demographic of players, but here we are. Cam Newton can't get a goddamn job because he's too over the top to a certain extent. He's too vocal. He's too boisterous. He's too, you know what I'm saying? He's what?
Garbage.
Oh my God.
He's garbage, huh?
Keep going. Because we talking to somebody that don't know football. No, don't do that, D. Just keep going.
So again, I'm just saying, here you go. What I'm saying, again, look at the narrative that you just ran out there with.
Oh.
But
he got his second. We'll go into that later. Keep going.
But a known trash talker, Phillip Rivers, what was he? He didn't win no fucking MVP, and he talked a lot of goddamn trash. You see what I'm saying?
Didn't make it to the Super Bowl either.
Never. But again, I'm just saying, it's one man's opinion versus another man's opinion. But I just don't like how the media spins this. You know what I'm saying? You have a guy fighting for his contract right now because of certain issues. If it was somebody else, maybe they gave him the money. And this is across the board, besides baseball. Baseball, they get paid. Everybody else got to damn near fight for their damn money to a certain extent. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about that statement you made, Kev. Stop it.
I only say I say he got his
redemption. He's done more than Dak Prescott.
We're not talking. See, there you go with the flip. We're not talking about Dak Prescott. I'm talking about the fact that the Panthers brought him back because they needed a quarterback and he blew it.
Stop.
Don't talk to me, young man.
This is the point.
He had his moments. He's paying. They're going now. Cam ain't gonna. Cam needs to stick to his 7-on-7 tournament because he does great with that.
Wait a minute. So let me get this right. Football terminology. He gets cut by the Patriots. You bring him back to Carolina, and in 1 week's time, you throw him out there. He don't know the offense. He don't know what you're running with a new coach, and he sucks.
Man, listen, you got to stop arguing with people that don't understand the sport, D. That's why I'm not conversing with him.
Talking about?
That's your opinion. I'm not mad at your opinion, man. He came out for a week. He's the only quarterback I've heard put himself on a chopping block and say, "Think about it. I shouldn't have went to New England. That wasn't a place for me." For Matt Jones to develop, I need to go on and step away from there because it's always going to be a problem. I remember when there was another prominent quarterback that was the face of the league that he said he couldn't be a backup or he couldn't be on a team because they're going to be chanting for him to come in the game compared to somebody else when somebody else mess up. You see what I'm saying? This is always happening. Why you think Cam ain't got a job right now? You gonna tell me Cam ain't better than what the Falcons just signed for $10 million?
But you think he's better than all 32 quarterbacks?
No, he better than 12.
I didn't say that. What I'm telling you is I know a good 15. Matter of fact, he can back up 32 teams. If you don't want him to be your
20 other
starter,
starters, man. I'm willing to bet he's better than just as good, if not better than 20 starters right now.
watch this. Tampa Bay ain't got a quarterback on the roster.
If they let Cam Newton back in the league, he is going to drop the ball again.
Well, if
How
Cowboys put a uniform on, they drop the ball again.
Wait a minute. How's he dropping the ball, Cam? This man is an MVP. He broke records and took the team to the Super Bowl.
Okay, Skip. D, I just said I'm not taking away what he's done. His last opportunity, and you could say, oh, he was there for a week and they put him in it. If you're better than all these quarterbacks, being dumped in the situation, you should be able to overcome the adversity.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to break this history down to you.
Brock Purdy.
No, I'm going to Brock Purdy.
You got dropped in. No, he was the third string. You got dropped in, and he overcame adversity.
No, sir. You're not going to do this.
Let me get on this one. Brock Purdy was the third string quarterback. Had that offense the whole year from preseason on in for 13 weeks till he got on the team. He played against the number one defense of the league for 13 weeks in practice. He wasn't dropped in. He was subbed in.
Check this out.
He was an MVP.
And 6 days, then 7 days on a football game.
Hold on. Let me break this down even further. He goes to a New England team. They have no receiver. They have depleted their whole offense. Ain't nobody over there. You know the only player on the team was Cam Newton. He single-handedly in a COVID year. He signed late because of COVID. He didn't get no training camp. He didn't do this, and they still went 7-9.
Why has he been without a job for the last 2 seasons?
I just told you why.
Because he's washed.
It has nothing to do with his skill set. It has nothing to do with his skill set, sir. It's a lot of other stuff that's going to come with Cam. Cam speaking his mind. Cam talks. He's not a company man for you. Like your Dak Prescott is you like to bring up. Who has won shit?
If I remember straight, Dak, what Dak doing his last game?
They lost their last game, Skip.
So ain't they in the same boat?
No, because Dak has a job.
Oh, okay. We'll see how long.
He has a job. He has about how long? Because y'all want him gone. Most of your contenders want him gone
for the last 4 years. Him included. Just like the Falcons fan wanted Matt Ryan gone, and they did shit since he left.
And this what get me. You bring up Brock Purdy name that played 6-7 games. And this man is an MVP quarterback, all-pro quarterback.
And we're talking.
Now, wait. Now, where did Brock Purdy come in this year? He already hurt. So he's behind the 8 ball. Now he got to get healthy. They done gave him the keys to the kingdom. Purdy, GM. What if he went to bed? Then what you gonna say?
He fucked up. He dropped the ball. Shit. But if we're talking about overcoming adversity, and we're talking about an MVP quarterback. In Cam Newton, an MVP and the Super Bowl, he didn't win. He never won the Super Bowl. They got there though. Okay. Yeah. You got to be able to overcome some. So what you been in there? You think Cowboys haven't overcome adversity? They ain't gonna go in there and play. You know they say that the best job in the NFL is the backup quarterback because 90% of the time you ain't gonna have to play. So you riding for the money.
Well, check this out. He came to Carolina and he just threw him into the fire to try to save somebody's job that's no longer there. And to sell tickets. So watch this. So we just gonna use the Falcons for example. You gonna take Mariota over Cam Newton? Now, if you want to I'm just answering.
I was reading the comment. My bad. But I wouldn't take Mariota over Cam Newton.
Okay. You want to what now?
I would not take Mariota over Cam Newton.
That's the answer to my question right there. There it is, right there. That's one franchise. Tampa Bay don't have a quarterback. They got Kyle
the Texans ain't got a quarterback. The Texans don't have a quarterback.
Keep going, Skip. Pittsburgh. Watch this. Pittsburgh does not have a bona fide quarterback on that team. The Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't have one. Kyle Pickett, he ain't showed it either, man.
And the Dolphins got a fragile quarterback.
There you go. We gonna keep going. The coach don't have
He's
one.
saying all these things, but it doesn't get past
No.
the fact that he's past his prime.
How is he past his prime? You got people in the league still backing up. They got more years than Cam Newton. How do you feel?
D, we argue with a guy that harping on one particular part of Cam's game.
I should
I'm
add, I'm very biased
No.
against Cam Newton.
Why?
Because
because he came out there and danced on the Cowboys.
no, because he danced on the South Carolina Gamecocks in
Oh my God!
we made it to the SEC championship and Auburn beat us, and it was Cam. They beat us twice that year. It was like,
But you got even if you go by
with him. This man talking about some shit in college.
But even so, that's why
I got a bias against somebody. It makes no.
Wait, that's why you should respect him even more. Because he played 1 year in the SEC and he dominated. The year before that, he was in JUCO and he dominated. He came to the league and he dominated. I just told y'all a couple of weeks back, I didn't like Peyton Manning because he's a Tennessee Volunteer, but I respect his game. He's arguably the best quarterback to play on the field. I can't take that from him. Peyton Manning can read a defense and destroy somebody. He can do that. I'm not gonna lie. That's Cam. That's a little hate there, sir. That's called hate.
That's a lot of hate.
Well,
Peyton Manning didn't need an offensive coordinator.
And again, what did they do, Skip? They took Steve Smith away from him in Carolina, and Kevin Benjamin left. They took all the weapons away from him. Now I'm gonna say this to you, Kel, since you love your Dak Prescott. Take CD Lamb and them folks away from him. And what are you gonna be? Nothing.
Shit, he got all that shit. He nothing now. The fuck you talking about?
We can move on now. Thank you for getting me out, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey kid, I'm sorry about talking about the Falcons, man, but
Flip Michigan Mega Move.
They go franchise around.
Yo, what time is? I thought that.
They on channel 46. Well, 10, yeah, but at the same time on CBS. But at the same time, the reason why I always say the Falcons with Cam, he's a homegrown kid. I was looking at ticket sales. I was looking at that dome was not sold out. They wasn't winning nothing, whatever, and you could have brought him in. But we know why. Don't we know, Skip? I think Arthur Blank is scared to get a brother at quarterback again for some of the debacle that happened before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a businessman, so I'm like, do I want to sell tickets, or I just want to keep playing mediocre and keep lying to my fans?
Well, that's the Falcon way to build you up to drop you on your goddamn neck. Because that's all they do every year in and year out.
But Skip, you keep the Falcons name out your mouth.
Man, I'm sorry.
Keep my football team's name.
When I tell a lie, you stop me.
Out your fucking mouth.
They built a $1 billion stadium and they won 10 games in that motherfucker.
Falcons games are fun to attend.
Wait a minute.
I've had a blast when I've been, even if they lost.
Put that comment up right there.
Which one?
Cam over Baker Mayfield. What you got on there, Kim?
Nothing.
You keep asking me like it makes a difference on what I'm gonna say.
No, but
we were
there's only two ways that this conversation can go.
Cam ain't better than Baker Mayfield right now.
I don't. I agree with that. Cam over Baker.
Okay, I'll just.
I still do. I take him over. I hope he never plays again.
But what I'm saying is, listen to what you said. Baker Mayfield is now in a 3-4 year career, has damn near been on 5 teams.
Yeah.
Cam ain't been on with 2. How does Baker Mayfield, that number 1 pick, Heisman Trophy winner, number 1 pick, Heisman Trophy winner? Cam did what he supposed to do. You gonna tell me Baker Mayfield still gets a fucking job with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Nope.
He go.
Nope.
I told you so. That's what they don't want. They don't want the I told you so. And see, Cam will say it. I told y'all.
But at the same, but the same thing, like I was just saying. Look, Cam, let's get back to the subject we was talking about. You see how stuff is frowned upon when you're doing things like the young lady doing this, or I got the belt and I got all this. You see that? And
Yes,
I might agree. I might agree with him on that.
I think I didn't think about that.
How about that?
Kyle Trask,
I think Kyle Trask will beat him out because the ego has nothing to do with the field. If the I hate to say white boy, but if the quarterback go in there and do what he's supposed to do, he'll get that position.
And Kyle Trask
is now a journeyman after 3 years. How you become a journeyman in 3 years? That's what I want.
Listen, and what's crazy, like Skip just said earlier, Kyle Trask has been in their system for 2 to 3 years now. Baker is coming in and got to learn another offensive system. And believe it, he's already short as hell anyway, but they ain't gonna bring that up. They ain't gonna bring it up. He's not a locker room guy on Kel, but he keeps getting a job. Now watch this. The same team is still up there in Cleveland, is it not, Kel? Deshaun Watson will have a full year camp. He gonna start the season off and watch how their team plays. I keep telling you, when they give certain players a whole team, they built the team almost damn near for Baker Mayfield up there in Cleveland. I ain't give him one playoff win. That's it. He had Chucky Soup commercials, him and his woman on commercials. They all in the damn stadium every Sunday. We seeing this shit. They ain't won nothing.
Yeah, he had more Chucky Soup commercials than he had wins.
So
crazy.
he keeps getting the opportunity. Why? Because nobody want to say they wrong. He ain't good.
No, it's called skin pigmentation.
I'm sorry, it's just what it is. You got people that has jobs as backup quarterbacks 4-5 years ago in the league, and now they up for coaching jobs. How? How is that possible?
Skin pigmentation.
So this is real. This is not no joke. This is nothing to play with, and it goes down all the way to Little League. This is what's sad about it. Rec ball, baseball, whatever the case may be, it starts there and it just goes from there. We're gonna be talking about the draft about 2-3 weeks, and look what we're gonna see what's going on right now. They already Bryce Young versus C.J. Stroud. But they got Will Levis. Will Levis and the other guy, Richardson, didn't do shit in college. Am I right, Skip?
Levis was a
you talking about the Florida quarterback?
The Florida quarterback.
But
I'm saying he a beast out here on warm-ups and shorts and t-shirts, but he can do all the skill set. But what I'm saying on the field, they bumping him up, and then they'll say, well, Richardson is a project. But Will Levis is ready to play. Will Levis in Kentucky ain't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
Kentucky sparked that run game. They got some old linemen in there and started that run game up, and it helped Will Levis out a lot. I think that's
with the run game.
If you would let me finish, that's what happens. They helped him out a lot to be able to open up some plays, but I mean, they still ain't do nothing major. So D, go ahead. I agree with you.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say this now. Watch this here. Will Levis is Jay Cutler. He's Jay Cutler. Do you remember when Jay Cutler was at Vanderbilt? Jay Cutler was this, that, and the third. Got in the league, got a strong arm, never won shit. But he went to Vanderbilt.
All right.
Richardson is damn near Cam Newton 2.0. But the first thing come out his mouth is what? Oh, he's a project. C.J. Stroud, probably the biggest and completest quarterback that's might be ready to play. Bryce Young, 5'9". They already comparing him to the Drew Brees. This is how they do it.
But you're right on everything you just said, with the exception of Bryce Young. Height has a lot to do with quarterbacks because most NFL linemen are 6'7" and better, 6'6" and better. But John Burks made a statement that where is it? That
this one right here that I got on the screen?
No, that Stroud is the only quarterback in this draft.
Oh, yeah.
You tripping. You truly tripping. I don't know if you even watched that young boy for Oklahoma and when he was at Alabama, but you tripping. Let him be 6'2", 6'3". We won't be talking about Stroud. So don't say he the only quarterback. No, brother, you are completely wrong.
Well, you got a rebuttal, sir.
So Branks does a lot of event security, and he does a lot with the like. He was at he was at that Tennessee Alabama game. He had to do security for that.
So
Well,
you
at the
tell me
same
because you
time,
stood beside somebody that means he gonna be good in the NFL?
well,
Man,
I'm not
get
going.
the fuck out of here with that statement. That's
I'm not.
asinine.
I'm not going to say that. What I will say,
No, I'm talking about what he said right there on the screen.
but
You stood
see,
next to him, so that means he
but
gonna be wild in the league. You tripping?
but
Michael
you
Vick
got to
ain't
think.
5'11". Well, Michael
But
Vick, he ain't 6 foot.
Michael Vick is not no 6 foot, but he was 200.
Exactly. So you
He
making it
was two.
sound like cause he
Wait,
5'9", he just handicapped. You tripping?
but Skip, that right there is very that 5'9", that might be fine, but that 175,
That
that's a
ain't gonna
very dangerous weight to be
D,
playing at quarterback.
I'm 307 pounds right now.
Okay,
Listen, hold on. Let me finish. When I graduated high school, I was 6'4", 195. Ran a 4'3", high 4'3", low 4'4", 40. Who would have thought I'd be 300 goddamn pounds right now? Don't tell me the man can't gain weight. You get on the right plan and the right exercise regimen, you can put meat on your body. They got doctors and everything else for this. So let's quit talking about he's not going to stay 175.
but okay, I agree with you, Skip. But is that going to take away from his skill set by gaining that
No,
weight? You
he's
don't
an
think so?
athlete. They're athletes.
Okay,
If you gain
Jordan was skinny
25 to
as fuck
30
when he
pounds
came
of
in the league
muscle,
and
you
he
might
gained
slow
weight.
down.
Jordan put on all kind of muscle in the league. Did he
we
lose a step?
we talking about
We're talking about
we're
athletes.
wait, Skip. Let me go with you. I agree with you on what Jordan did, but Jordan had to put on weight to get physical. We already because it was a physical NBA then. What we saying is this young man is 5'9", 175. Me personally, this is my personal opinion. I would pick CJ over him.
I'm not saying not to pick him over him. I'm talking about the fact that you saying because you not you, but John's saying because he stood beside him, he ain't gonna go wild in the league. You tripping. You can't stop athleticism. I don't give a damn if you're 2 foot tall.
Now, but
You can't stop
go go with what you saying right there, Skip. Go with what you saying. Let's say what Kel was talking about earlier. If the Carolina Panthers pick him, is he your day one starter?
Who, Bryce Young?
Yes.
In Carolina, you fucking right.
So you're gonna start him day one. Do you have an offensive line to protect him? Do you have players in place? Do you got players in place? You got players in place, skill set players to make him great.
Okay, let me answer that question. A two-part. Peyton Manning came out. He wasn't a Heisman winner. No, he didn't win a Heisman. Peyton Manning came out and went to the Colts and went 1-15. And he's 6'6", 2 whatever, a prototype. Did they give up on him? So if he go 1-15 his first year out, what does that mean? They didn't give up on Peyton, so why give up on him? Because he's black? Because that'll be the only difference.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Okay, then so don't tell me about because you're throwing they threw Peyton Manning to the wolves.
No, I was asking.
One person said that was a bad draft pick. You know why? Because of this shit. So don't tell me about will he be day one starter. If he deserves to be day one starter, he should be. There's no if he the best they got, he should be out there. All that weaning him. If you got an all-pro in front of him, sit him on the bench. Same way they did Aaron Rodgers. Sit his ass down until it's time for him to replace Brett Favre. But if he the best you got, put him on the field. It's called learning on the job.
So
but if they go 1-15, he a bust. Hell no.
So no, I didn't say he's gonna be a bust.
No,
so
but you might as well have to say that you're gonna throw him to the wolves.
No, I said that you're gonna put him out there day one starter. That's what I'm asking you.
If he the best QB on that team, yes.
Okay, that's what I was asking you. I didn't say he was no screw. That's why I said with Carolina having the number one pick, and we going by measurables because he didn't throw at the combine. He a lot of stuff he didn't do. So it raises the question of okay, why you not doing certain things and so forth and so on and this, that, whatever, far as throwing against some of the other quarterback. But me personally, like we agreed, I'm going with CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? Because we think,
and I think that as should be, he should be the first quarterback taken. But I'm gonna say this. To me, the combine should be for players that are iffy. It shouldn't be for players that have proven themselves in college. It shouldn't be. if you've already proven that you got touch, that you can throw the ball deep, that you can run an offense, you can run a pro offense in Alabama, you can go to Oklahoma and take that team, and I think they run a pro offense also, and still succeed, then the combine is not for you, in my opinion.
What are you talking about, Skip?
Bryce Young.
He didn't go to Oklahoma. He came straight to Alabama.
He went to Alabama, then he went to Oklahoma. That's what I said.
No, he been in Alabama all this time.
No, bro. Okay, I'm not talking about Bryce Young then. I'm talking about
you talking about? I know you talking about.
Yeah, I went back a whole nother year. But what I'm saying is, I was on the last year quarterback. My bad, but he was small too. But what I'm saying is this: if you've proven throughout your career, whatever school you at, that you've run a pro style offense, which is what they run in the league, you've shown touch, you've shown arm strength, you've shown accuracy, you've shown the will to adapt. The combine is not for you. All the combine can do, in my opinion, is hurt you. Because if you go there on an off day with a cold or with a sickness or getting over a hangover, whatever the case may be, and you don't perform up the task, you create a question mark. Deion went to the draft just to show people he can still run and didn't do shit else. So, yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of stuff they do. I guess Skip don't know. Yeah, I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. Yeah, y'all, they're killing me with this. You know, it's only one quarterback in the draft. The boy from Florida, in the right system, I think he got the potential to be probably the better quarterback in this draft. And in 5 years' time, we're going to be talking about, damn, man, we was talking about he wasn't shit, in my opinion, the boy from Florida. Because he's a monster.
And see, that's my point. When they're because they word play is money play.
Of course.
So when you say
like the dude that with the draft, Mel Kiper, and what's the other dude that they fuck with people's money.
They got the
Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. Them two guys can fuck up somebody's career before they even get started.
So that's
relevant ass stats, and you pound that shit on the TV, pound it, but can he do this? How many quarterbacks can? You know, some of the shit that they say is like, that's irrelevant. But since he brought it up, let's look into it. Well, let's take him later in the draft so we don't have to give him much money. You know, yeah.
Well, hey, fellas, I hate to cut you off, but we do have a couple of more topics to get through here before we wrap this thing up. Well, I'm actually going to change up our schedule a little bit. We're going to talk about this next and end on something different. The UFC and the WWE are about to merge, turning them into a $21.9 billion company. Now, from what I've seen, I think one of the hopes with this is, you know, we see a lot of superstars. Well, we're starting to see some superstars. Brock Lesnar did it. Ronda Rousey did it. There's been a few other smaller names, but they do this jumping sports. And I saw that they're really losing TV viewership. They're getting killed by streaming, which, especially when it comes like to pay-per-views and shit, I don't pay for that. But I know that WWE did the smart thing by doing their app. And then you can get like the $10 a month subscription. You get all of the pay-per-views. But even with like UFC, if you have the Fight Pass, which is $100-something a year, you still got to pay $80 for the main card, when it comes to the pay-per-view. So, D, I know you've been a wrestling fan most of your life. So kind of break down.
It's one of the worst days.
This is kind of interesting what you just said. So the app is gone now, Kev.
Oh, the
app is gone. They cut the app off because they made a deal with Peacock. So now we get all the pay-per-views for free. I watch the damn pay-per-view wrestling for free. You got all the content from the time me and Skip was kids to now. We can see all that old ass damn wrestling for free.
On Peacock?
Yes, sir.
Because I know they used to have it on the actual app where you could go back and watch
so
all
now
that. That's cool.
They transition over everything to Peacock, and see the WWE has been losing money, but I think this deal is merging, like you said. That's what I was confused about, Kev, with the UFC. You get paid this yearly subscription, but you still got to turn around, Skip, and pay for a pay-per-view fight. And I was like, they double dipping.
You get the early prelims and the prelims for free, but when the main card comes on, instead of it being like 120, you only pay 80.
But see, that's double different. That's why the
Mhm.
ESPN Plus. I thought ESPN Plus was I'm paying for this, and then I get the UFC fights and all the stuff, and then I find out no, you still got to pay. But now if you say you merging, now we gonna see WWE with ESPN now and so forth and so on, and you know what I'm saying. This now's a money grab with the toys and so forth. Because now WWE they're not geared toward us. They're geared toward children because of the characters and the different people that's wrestling. Where the UFC, we want to see that blood sport type activity. When we look at it, probably a good merger because WWE been losing money. Vince McMahon done got in trouble. He didn't, off the ring stuff. You might as well say instead of off the court, out of the ring stuff, behind the scenes. And like I said, they was about to sell the Disney, I believe, at one point. Am I right, Kim? I'm not sure. They had a lot of people trying to buy WWE, but this merger, is going to save a lot because they have been losing lately.
Well, see, Vince has made his billions and billions with wrestling. If Disney come in, then they got the billions to give him. If I was him, I would definitely entertain it because without Vince and his writers and them with the influence that they have had all these years, it's going to continue to lose money. And for UFC to merge with them, I don't see the big draw outside of trying to get the WWE fans to tune into the UFC. But I like somebody put John Jones versus Bobby Lashley. John Jones is a monster. Bobby Lashley is a steroid freak.
Now, but Bobby Lashley did fight in the other the thing.
Mhm.
But even so, with that said, I just seen something last night, Skip, because WrestleMania was on. They waited to the main event, and I had heard this from just my research. They done made a deal with DraftKings now. So back in the day when we was watching wrestling, Kev, we never knew this thing was scripted. That they knew who was gonna win the belt and so forth. We didn't know this. Now it's all on the internet that we know somebody gonna drop the belt to this one or whatever deal they made in the background. Last night they had a DraftKings commercial before the main event, and it was betting, Kev, on who was gonna bite, how many body slams this one was gonna get, and how many what's the chaplain? One of the with Roman Reigns.
Spears.
Spears. Yeah. How many spears Roman Reigns gonna hit? Put your bet in now.
How many woo slaps are coming? Woo!
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How many? And they had people betting money on this, not the outcome, Skip, just on the moves.
It's like betting if you're gonna score on this play or you're gonna get the first down on this play or
Frank's you tripping.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Dan White ain't no hoe. Vince McMahon is all fluff. Who's that? What's the UFC guy that called Dana White out? And Dana White said, "Yeah, I'll fight you," and then he backed out.
I forgot who that was, but Dana was like, "Come on."
It was a champion, an ex-champion. D was talking shit to Dana White. How would your ass? Dana said, "Well, let's get a fight on." They agreed on it. Dana started training, and he backed out of the fight. No, Dana, I don't think Vince will fuck with Dana. No.
What y'all think about that one right there? I mean, I know it's two different.
I just said it. You weren't paying attention?
Oh, no, I had to step away.
Well, like I said, that probably the only two we got is Bobby Lashley and Brock that's actually fought in a octagon.
Mm-hmm.
That probably could get in there and tussle around with him, but Bobby Lashley's so swole up now. I don't think.
He can't even scratch his back.
They're making so much money. They making so much money to be glorified stuntmen because that's what they're in there doing. To be honest with you, on the wrestling circuit.
Mark, we talked about Dana hitting his wife.
Somebody need to take Mr. Phone. Some of this shit just don't apply.
We covered that, okay?
And you know what? I love my wife. Been with my wife 20 plus years. If my wife slapped me in public and I say, "Hey, don't you do that shit no more," and she slapped me again, I'm gonna slap fire out of her ass. So y'all missing me with that bullshit about did you see him slap his old? Did you see her hit him?
This is not a secure line. We will not.
I'm just telling you the goddamn truth.
Fun fact: in South Carolina,
about did you see him slap her like he just walked up to her? Pow! No, with that shit.
Fun fact for you, D. In South Carolina, it is legal to beat your wife on the courthouse steps only on every day except Sunday. No, I'm sorry. Only on Sunday. You can only do it on Sunday. But
I
that's a
can
little
believe
fun fact.
I can believe that, and your mailbox is 1 mile away from the house also. So
You
I can go with
goddamn right.
that.
Um, somebody got to put some sense in it sometimes. Hey,
Oh my God.
I do not beat my wife. Anyways,
Oh, real quick, let me address something else Mr. said, and it was a damn good point. He didn't realize he made a good point. He said something about the NIL deals. These girls in college are making more than what they'll make when they join the WNBA. Lisa Leslie and a couple of other ex-NBA, WNBA players got on a forum with LeBron James and a couple other former NBA players, then current. Draymond Green was one of them. And they said something about the NBA should give them more money. What people don't realize that don't watch these sports is the NBA is fully supporting the WNBA. It takes $12 million a year to pay all the salaries in the WNBA. The run-of-the-mill player in the NBA makes that per year. So why don't y'all give us more money? Why don't y'all sell out some stadiums? Why don't y'all get some jersey sales up? Why don't y'all get TV contracts? The WNBA has been losing money from day one. They've never made a profit. But the NBA still pays the $12 million to keep them running year in and year out. So all this shit about they should make more money, or you should do more to make more money. Just playing the game is not good enough. It's just not. Yeah, people want to see y'all play, but do something to get the people that put the butts in the seats. And
get Jackie Moon in there.
Well,
I said get Jackie Moon in
so,
there.
he's so silly. But I agree with Skip. Me and Bo always have this conversation when you go back and forth with them saying this. My thing is this: where are the women groups, women rights, and so forth and so on? Why y'all not at these games? Why you not taking your little girls and your families to these games and supporting these young ladies and
because
these athletes?
that don't fit the narrative.
That's what I'm saying. You rather sit and complain about, oh, I'm not getting this money. You want a handout. The NBA built this over years and years. They weren't making all this money at first. So this ain't just like nothing, just, hey, we just gonna give it to you. We want equal rights and we want ever this. Is the product on the court sustainable for entertainment? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. They had to move the Atlanta-based team over into the College Park facility because they were losing money by running Fields Arena.
Yeah.
Well, State Farm or whatever. I've been to one of their games. I took my daughter at one time. It was very interesting and a very interesting crowd. Also, Mr. Skip. Some of that.
Probably about 1,500.
Yeah, but I'm saying of the alphabet community, there's a lot of them was in there. That's why I say I'm not understanding.
Because most of themselves is part of the alphabet community.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not understanding why we're not getting all the support that you need.
Well, because they only want support when they want it. Like I identify as a man. I identify as a woman. I identify as a dog. Don't they want more support for that than what really matters? But we
got to get the pronouns right first before they can support things.
What up, dude? What up, baby girl? That's it.
Identify as Bud Light, goddammit.
What you say? What you say, Skip? Hello, sir. Hello, man.
Hey, man, what's going on, partner? I'm a girl, yeah, in your mind, but to me, you're a man. A girl made. We on this subject, so I got to say this. A girl, I posted on my Facebook page. She said, it's easy for a person to be diagnosed with schizophrenia when he thinks he's Jim, Tony, and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
But when a person thinks he's a she, it's not called schizophrenia. What's the difference? In my mind, I want to be Jim, Tony, and Jake. So you gave that a disease. You gave it a name. It's schizophrenia. Give it medication. But in my mind, I'm a woman. All these years I've been a man. That's not schizophrenia. It's not the same thing. See, people pick and choose what they want you to believe in. I'm supposed to believe it because you believe it. And that's bullshit. But anyway.
Did we talk last week about ESPN giving the swimmer? What's Leah Thompson?
Yes.
We talked about that.
No, we didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it. Gave her the trophy over the girl and they tied.
Yeah, so ESPN, for Women's History Month, highlighted Leah Thomas, whatever his name is, and I'm saying his. God damn it,
Leah Thomas.
And a lot of people are outraged about that. I mean, when are we gonna see Chase over under forever? When are we gonna see some shit come? You know, like women are getting pissed about this. We're not fighting for. I don't know.
But see, it was like at first it was all fun and games. They was moving whatever needle they wanted to move, and now you can open up Pandora's box, like Skip said. I can walk out here and say I'm a gorilla today. You know what I'm saying? Now I can go just knock motherfuckers out, or just like we seen what a guy went into the women's bathroom because he said today he identifies himself as a woman. But you got little kids and children in here. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. Now I agree. I heard Marcellus Wiley on his podcast say, if this is what you want to do, let's just go and make a whole division for transgender people. Just make their own division because, like,
but they know they wouldn't sell no fucking seats.
But the thing, like he said, his daughter was in school up there when he worked for ESPN, and if I got this right, a kid was trying to wrestle or do something. I don't know what y'all looking at. I'm just talking.
They go.
Tom Branks, Mr. All Y'all, Skip can't run to the refrigerator. No, I'm gonna lose. We dead last in every single race. Now, 20 years ago,
I'm not running. I'm gonna tell you now. I ain't running shit.
You ain't running hell.
Yeah, but I'm not running nothing.
I was squash that right now. I got DB Skip. You got that right.
I can fuck with you on that free throw contest, but I'm not running shit.
But if we had to run, you win. I'm not even. No, I ain't gonna towel my muscles up trying to keep up. No, man. Hey, man, I'm 56 years old, man, and I'm 305 pounds. Hell no. Oh, Jesus. I'm looking at about a 3.9. I wish the fuck I ain't never seen a 3.9.
Look, everybody, he'll be a rich man if he did.
You are correct.
I got a funny story about where this started, where Brank said a forever. He said, yeah. So when we were in school, Branks was not feeling it that day in practice. And our defensive coordinator, he was getting off the ball all slow and shit. And our defensive coordinator looks over. He goes, "God damn it, Branks! What are you running a 40? A 4 fucking ever?" And
oh my God!
Let me tell you, Branks got not even mad at the comment, mad at the fact that everybody on the field heard it. Oh, we all stopped what we were doing and just died laughing. So I just want to
fucking ever.
What are you running a 40? A 4? And Coach Rao had this old country ass accent. What are you running a 40? A 4 fucking ever? Oh my God! It just made it 10 times better. That's also
I can run fast, man. Do you see how big I am, brother? I got belly. Oh, Jesus. I appreciate the confidence in me, dog. Now, shit talking, unparalleled.
Running his mouth. That's what he does best.
Yeah, but no, brother. Oh, Jesus. He said he got me nasty.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but
oh, my goodness.
Hey, we gonna take a second and hear from our friends over at Two Fresh Transportation.
Are you and your friends and family looking to have a good time? Come experience Two Fresh Transportation. They offer multiple luxurious vehicles to choose from that are super clean and COVID sanitized. With all vehicles having a wide range of seating space, a custom bar with a hookah, and an Apple and Google TV, a PlayStation 5, a removable dance pole, and a custom stereo. So remember, next time you book a ride, book Two Fresh, because Two Fresh is above the rest.
Too fresh.
Hey man, I really, I went back and scrolled through the comments just now. Y'all, I appreciate, boy. Like I said, 10, 15 years ago, shit, I'll be stretching to beat D ass next week. But no,
all they can see is from right here up. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm big, man. I'm 6'4", 6'4.5", 305 pounds.
I'm gonna say they ain't stood next to you like I have.
I wear a 46 in the waist. I ain't fat. I'm big.
Listen, Skip, did you tell both of your Achilles?
Yeah, I tore both my Achilles, and I had a patella tendon surgery, two patella tendon surgeries on one knee.
I got one Achilles that was repaired that I tore, and the other one that hurt me now. I'm not running shit.
But now watch this. I'm gonna tell y'all something what D knows, but a lot of y'all didn't know. I played semi-pro basketball in a pro-am league against professional players for like 5 years. And I did get some looks. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't think I could make it to the NBA, but I was good enough to play in a pro-am league, a professional amateur league for 5 years. And football was my better sport. Well, actually, baseball was my best sport, but I played football I was better at football than I was basketball. So yeah, I used to be.
Hey, actually, so we took my 11-month-old for a like Easter egg hunt they did over here in Woodstock the other day, and she's got a homegirl that we end up getting roped into all their fucking family shit. But anyways, the whole family was there, and the brother, he plays for, I think they're called like the Woodstock Bruins or something. One of those little semi-pro football teams, and they told me to come out and watch a practice. So I'm gonna go check it out next week and see what it's about.
Well, here, what was it? When was that? We played in that MAFA, the Metro Atlanta Flag Football Association. What was that? 20?
No, this is real hitting. This ain't flag.
No, we played 9-man contact flag football.
Okay.
It was full contact. We was blocking on the line and everything. And if you run through that hole you want to, you finna get leveled.
And we got set up at first because I was out there without a mouthpiece on, and this dude forearm shivering me in the mouth. I said, "Wait a minute, hold on, man, what the fuck you know?" Because I had been playing. But I'm saying, you know, think when I got out of high school, I think 2-3 years out of high school, I just started playing flag football, and I was playing 7-man and different little leagues. I would go and play in just to stay in shape. And we got together, Skip and some of the other guys that we was around, and we tried to get a team together and play. I got hit in the jaw, and I almost went to the car. And I'm damn young DD, and I was like, "Man, you can't hit me in my motherfucking mouth. What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, it was called the Metro Atlanta Flag Football Association, and there was one team that never lost called Soul Patrol. They was out of Bankhead Courts. All them athletes that was the shit in school, they all lived in that area, so they was all on that flag football team. And I played on a team called the Rams, right? And we almost beat them one week. And the reason we lost was just our mistake. So I was talking mad shit like I do. And then the very next time we played them, we beat them. Them guys offered me money to come on their team. And of course I went.
I'm calling out, goddammit.
And they travel too, then they skip.
We went to Texas Stadium, the old Texas Stadium.
Oh, that's dope.
And we got the shit beat out of us. We came in second in the nation. We was ranked number 3 in the nation when we got there, and we came in second. A team out of Virginia beat us. The punter, he played for Virginia Tech. He was a punter. I ain't never seen a white boy run that fast in my life. I'm talking about. We had a dude. I can't think of his name. A young cat. He run as fast as he need to run. We was like, we're gonna put him on their best player. We ain't got to worry about him no more. That white boy did Larry Bird on him, D. I'm gonna go across the field here and I'm gonna catch this ball about 15 yards deep, and ain't nothing you can do about
it. Hey, what I tell you, everybody don't know how serious like flag football is, and I know it's probably got more competitive now. Kale, you'll walk out there and you be like, "Oh shit, this motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing to me. I got his ass." And I'm talking about be running some routes on your ass like Wes Walker. You think that motherfucker down the damn field?
It was serious, yeah. It was. If we had pads. Matter of fact, watch this. College Park brought their own police force out there. Big old dudes. And we broke their ass up first week. They stayed out there 3 weeks and they quit. When I say broke them up, I'm talking about ambulances getting them off the field. Because they came out there with, I'm muscular and I'm in shape. And yeah, we broke their motherfucking ass up. Crackback blocks is the shit.
Yes.
Yes. This is how smart my team was, Soul Patrol. When we scored and we kicked the ball off, we kicked it out of bounds. We ain't play that shit running down trying to make no fucking pull the flag. You ain't even catch me from the left. So we just kicked Why y'all kick it out of bounds? Watch when they kick it off us, what happened. Nobody will get us that way. It was serious.
Well, hey, gentlemen, let's the game's about to start. So we're gonna go ahead and run through these two real quick. I'm gonna start right there. Bow. Yeah, man, buzzer beater to win the game, as it says down there, 71-72.
Yeah.
So San Diego State will move on to play here in about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Recap of this game, quick, D.
Very back and forth game. I had picked San Diego State to win this game. And we just seen that it came down to coaching. A fun fact, their head coach was on the staff or the team of the Fab Five Michigan team back in the day. The coach from Michigan, his last job was with San Diego State, Steve Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some of the pedigree that they have on that coaching staff and some of the experience. But back and forth game, awesome. And that's college basketball. That's what it came down to. We knew it was going to be a competitive game because by the book, these two teams are supposed to be there. But guess what? They were there. You know what I'm saying? And this is the new challenge in college basketball with the players that we have now. It's not about, like I said, the blue chippers and the big team, big name. This was competitive basketball. And just fortunate that San Diego State had enough time on the clock to drive it down the court. And what got me scared, what did the commentators say it out of his mouth? Are they going to call timeout because their shooters, their scorers are not on the court? And I'm saying to myself, these scorers not on the court. What you mean? I think
they were talking about the 3-point shooters, the ones that are just designated shooters. Not on the court.
Yeah, and so
you give the defense a chance to set up too when you do that.
There you go. So if I'm gonna fall on my sword, we gonna do what we gonna do. We ain't calling no timeout because anything can happen. Anything can happen. You don't get the ball in play and so forth and so on. But it was a hell of a game.
It definitely was. And San Diego State, in order for them to even make the game competitive, they're gonna have to play a run and gun type game to even stay in the game. Because if they slow it down to half court, UConn gonna beat the hell out of them.
Oh, you talking about the championship game?
Yeah, I'm talking about the championship game. The Florida Atlantic game, it was a damn good game. Like you said, it was competitive, it was back and forth, and the better team won. That's what that boiled down to. Even though it was a buzzer beater, the better team won the game. If Florida Atlantic had made it there, I would give 20 points to them tonight, to UConn. I would give them 20 playing against UConn. But I think San Diego State has a chance if they implement their game plan and stick to it.
There you go. Well, Skip, man, you was riding with them all the way, and I'm gonna keep you up on the screen. Your Miami Hurricanes, man.
Yeah, we ran into a better coach team, a more talented team, and they won. They didn't come out there and give us a chance. They kicked us in the jaw and kept kicking us in the teeth. That's just what it was. They played a complete basketball. And, nobody can say it was a complete game because, the percentages will show you that it wasn't. But they played an all-around damn good game. I got bored of the game when it went into the bottom half of the second half because it seemed like there was no adjustments to be made. And the players were like, it was like they was just dragging. And me being an athlete, I hate it because I feel like, okay, when I was young, I didn't breathe hard for shit. I never got tired. And these guys were winded, and I get it, you're in the air-conditioned gym, and, you're hyped up and all of that. But it was almost like they was like, we ain't got enough energy to catch up. So I almost wanted to turn it, but I had to watch it because, that's my team. So, but, it was just a ass whooping. And the score reflected that. So, yeah.
See, I gotta agree with Skip. We had said just out of this, we picked whoever won this game, we think is going to win the national championship. But I think the San Diego State is going to give them a little run for their money. But we know in college basketball, either way, if somebody gets up by 15 or 20, and the way they play, it's going to be hard to come back unless you got some time to shoot and some good defense. Because they start running zone. I seen UConn start running the clock early because we knew that Miami has athletes. And if they can get in transition and run back and forth the court, they could have got back in the game. And it was smart coaching. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get up. We get up by a certain amount. Now we're gonna work this 35 shot clock. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna run it down. We probably won't get engaged in our offense, initiate the offense to 15 seconds on the shot clock and go from there. Hit or miss once you get up by these points. You see what I'm saying? Because Miami did not have a good shooting night, and it showed. And it showed. And like we said, like I told you guys before, it takes one time where you got streaky shooters, and then we don't. When them streaky shooters are not hitting those shots, what's going to happen, and who's going to step up to the plate to be that PT player when you need them? Miami didn't have one in this game, and it showed. And that's the outcome that you see.
There you go. Well, hey, real quick.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Skip, this is going to trip you out to go back to the women's game. They broke a record for the most views, 9.9 million views of that latest championship game.
Yeah, because they wanted the Great White Hope to pull all the way through.
It's 100.
They probably never watched the game.
Check this out. 103% jump over last year, South Carolina over UConn.
Yeah. Because nobody expected South Carolina to beat UConn last year.
And that's again, Kev, what we were discussing. They put somebody up on a pedestal, and I'm not going to even lie to you. It draw me in. And what I mean when it draw me in, they say, hey, this young lady right here is the Stephen Curry of college basketball. I say, who the hell are they talking about? She the only one.
South Carolina.
she was the only person on the court, Kev. She got a pair of Kobe. Because I'm a shoe guy. She got a pair of Kobe Bruce Lee shoes on the court. Nobody else on the team, because in college they usually be uniform. Do they not see them?
Yep.
She got a pair of Kobe Bruce Lee Kobe shoes on. When Bruce Lee fought Kareem in the movie,
yeah,
she had on those Nikes playing. I said, well, damn, who the hell she want to be? She got on them, but you can't take nothing from her. But once you start talking about it, and it go back, Kev, if you go back and look at some history, we had Lethal Weapon 3 here at Georgia Tech. It made us go look at them. We had the Duke team, the North Carolina team, the UNLVs, the Wake Forests, all these teams that some of these people that are in the league now, they played college ball. Everybody didn't go straight to the league. Iverson, one of the biggest games ever was Iverson versus UMass. Back in the day, they played down in the Georgia Dome, and it was damn sold out.
Against
Marcus Camby. There's a lot of stuff, and everybody don't know that how some of this stuff transpires. You know what I'm saying? And them guys wasn't getting NIL deal. And guess what? Iverson was wearing Jordans. Where they get that money from? You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the squad. I talking about stuff you couldn't get your hands on.
All right. Well, fellas, hey, who are y'all taking in this game right now? It is 10-6 San Diego State, but UConn has the points by 7.5. There's a 131.5 over under.
I take UConn. I don't do the over under shit because I don't gamble in Vegas like that. But I want UConn to win.
I'm going to say whoever gets to 75 wins the game.
Somebody said that in the comments.
Whoever the winner?
Whoever gets 75 points wins.
Oh.
That's what I'm gonna go with, because it's too close to call 7 points. That's and then you say the under in Vegas is what?
130.
The over under is 131.5.
131. I'll tell you, yeah. That's why I say that, Skip. I take that 70. I take that 75. Whoever gets 75 gonna win. That's what I go with. Neither one on my team, you know. Hey,
there you go. Well, hey, Mr. Skip, go ahead and give me your last take.
Parity in NCAA sports. In the beginning, everybody that wasn't in college was against these guys making money because they thought it was going to create monsters. It hasn't yet, because I think there's clauses that state you have to do A, B, and C in order to get this money and continue to do it. The kids are smart enough now to understand that I need to keep making this money, so I think it's working. As far as parity goes, Kim Mulkey had players that follow her from Baylor. She had players that transferred in from Reese came from what school? Wake Forest or somewhere, Virginia Tech or Virginia somewhere last year, and she built that team to the style of team that she likes. So, what's happening now is players are going to go to winning programs or programs with teams already established, to where they know they can get the NIL deals and play basketball or play the sport, whether it be football, basketball, or baseball. So until they put a cap on how many NIL deals you can get or how much money you can make, the schools that already have them are going to keep getting them. That's my last take.
There you go.
I agree with Skip wholeheartedly. I seen Charles Barkley was making a statement talking about it was ruining college sports and so forth. Y'all been making money for years, but this is just came across my mind, and I'm gonna leave it as my last take. First Lady Jill Biden said today that she wants to invite the LSU lady team up to the White House, and she also wants to invite the Iowa team that lost. Why? What are you coming? What are you coming for? Don't try to mend.
Tradition.
Don't try to mend something or try to bring. We're gonna try to mend something. Don't do that. It's not a PR move. Since all this stuff is transpired today, and we know that young lady had 20 tweets on her, 20,000 tweets. Excuse me. The angel young lady from LSU after she did this of so much hate spear and all this right here. Can we just please keep it consistent, people, at all times on all levels? Just stay consistent, and I'll be fine with it. If it's good for you, it's good for me. That's it. And I always thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. We had fun in the chat tonight.
Yeah, man. Y'all bring that into next week.
Yeah, man.
Tell your mama, tell your cousin, your friend, your auntie, everybody. Damn it, y'all come join us and have a good time. We appreciate it. Well, yeah, man, that just about sums it up. So for everybody here at Last Take, we appreciate you. We will see you next week, 8 p.m. But until then, keep your beard cold and your wings lemon pepper, baby. Yeah.